It's been a while, and it's time for another LOTM volume. Volume 7 was just absolutely amazing. It was crazy from start to finish. As the volume number increases, the pacing speeds up and the chapter count decreases as well. I mean, it's to be expected that the pacing is going to be faster, with Klein still being on the run from Amon in a way, and all the different high-level events happening around him. This volume was not as good as Volume 6, as it felt a little rushed, but still had some really emotional and incredible moments here and there. Dainitz comes in clutch once again as the Fool's number one blessed, and his interactions with Derek and the rest as he was bringing them to the southern continent and accommodating them were just really funny to me. Klein also immediately advanced to Sequence 2, which I have been looking forward to this entire novel. I was really curious on how the ritual would mentally affect Klein and how OP he was going to be with his angel level powers. Before we talk about that though, the consuming of the potion itself was super interesting because of the worms of spirit separating from Klein as he was drinking the potion. Like, this has to be one of the toughest sequence advancement processes ever. Like, you need to essentially create a convergence pulling force strong enough to make all the worms one again. What stood out about his abilities though is that he can summon scenes from the historical fog. I am a little lost on what exactly that means. Can he, for example, summon the entirety of Zero of Epic into the real world? If so, that ability is pretty broken. The Wishes ability is also broken as hell. Like, dude is definitely one of the strongest angels in existence, even at Sequence 2. Of course, most of the potion is digested instantly as well, which isn't a surprise at this point, it happens all the time. And we get to meet another Roselle family member, which is fairly surprising. What's more surprising though is how this random called Boron of Augustel managed to advance even further than his sister, who was hyped up so hard by Zaratul. I also like how Klein is still writing letters to Azik, like dude will wake up to find Klein having advanced to a true deity or something. Writing these letters might help him contain his humanity too. He also mentions his ascension to being an angel to be something trivial, which is crazy. I mean, compared to his future deeds it might be, but he is downplaying what he's been able to achieve so far. He has risen in sequence the fastest in LOTM history, but I guess the downplaying fits his character though, as he is selfless and values the people close to him a lot more than he does himself. His humanity is still very much intact as an angel, which is pretty surprising. And my god, Amon actually did what he said he would do. He put a monocle on his left eye and switched it to his right eye, in front of Medici. This madman, I love Amon so much as a villain because only he is capable of rage baiting someone whose powers include rage baiting. Absolutely insane. I'll never get tired of this character. The Tarot Gathering was really good too. I cherish them at this point because the pacing is literally so incredibly fast. I don't see there being many gatherings until the end of the book. It's still crazy how Emlyn is probably the only true believer of the Sanguine Goddess and Mother Earth Lilith, but Lilith also had been going on a crazy run. She has been fooling the world for thousands of years, all to kill the god of combat. And not just that, she also invested all her chips into our goat Emlyn. Like, her aura is unmatched compared to some of the fraud Orthodox gods. Like, the god of steam and machinery did absolutely nothing the entire series so far. Like, he didn't even appear, no one even mentioned him. Like, half the gods are absolute frauds. Like, at least the god of combat did something. At least he descended. Like, the feat of him dying is still a bigger feat than anything the god of steam and machinery managed to do so far. And the Fool also once again shows why he is the GOAT by literally selling the identity of a god to Alger, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Grafting sounds so confusing too. Like, what does that power even mean? Can you just copy any concept from anything and just paste it into existence? And Alger also dropped such a fire quote, like, where is this coming from? Alger truly is the GOAT of the Tarot Club, incomparable to Xio's mindset of of, I guess if I have to, I'll advance to the level of a demigod. Alger's over here like, I have to advance, no matter what, even if I die in the process. People then realized the world was actually an angel, and the world is just so nonchalant that he casually just implied it as if it was nothing. The whole arc with the Trunsues book was pretty interesting and was one of the, if not the only major event involving the miracle magician Merlin Hermes. I like how his personality and mindset really highlighted how Klein was becoming more like a deity and less human. He didn't bat an eye as his hands got severed as a punishment. I also like how Ariana got involved in this whole debacle, and I'm just saying, if Amon was fighting against 002, this would be over immediately. Like, Amon would find a loophole with no effort even at the final stages of the book's rules being present. And then that scene following with Roselle. Wow. I never thought we'd actually meet Roselle, but considering the mausoleum is a thing, it was inevitable in the end. The way he said, I feel a loneliness deep within your bones. It really highlights that Klein still feels kind of lonely at the prospect of not being able to go home. And now, with Roselle going back to his eternal slumber, he will once again be lonely. That is just the essence of Klein's character. He will always feel out of place in this world. I really love this interaction because it really highlights the obsession of both Roselle and Klein to go back to the times before the original creator awakened. Seriously, this scene solidifies this volume to be one of the best ones in the series. And then there's Utopia, and oh boy, this really just shows why the Seer pathway is so scary. Dude made the people who go there have a whole ass mental crisis. Imagine you just want to take a train somewhere and you arrive at a place that you later find out doesn't even exist, with people who don't exist living there. When you actually realize that something is extremely wrong and Utopia is in fact fake, you are just scared for your life. Like, I can see this being a horror plot for one of Force's books in the future. Anyhow, the conclusion of the Utopia arc of the chapter I was glorious and just showed the fact that Klein consciously is all of these marionettes. Anyways, he's the King of Angels now, which is wild. The story is progressing so goddamn fast, but it's understandable because Volume 8 The Fool only has like 30 chapters or something, which is crazy for a volume. Like, this has to be one of the shortest volumes in web novel history. And then just so much happened. Adam made German Sparrow into a real person as he went and just stabbed Klein. Absolute insanity. I never thought Adam would do this. Like, out of all of the things I expected this volume to pull, I did not expect this. Just absolute insanity. He got captured and killed himself once again, and Zaratul infiltrated Utopia too. Genuinely, so much was happening that I felt like I was at the end of volume 5 all over again. And now we got the truth as to who Adam really is. And this madman Adam was the Ascended Sun God the entire time. This reveal was probably the most insane reveal we got so far, and the way it was revealed was even crazier. He just went and told Klein, we meet again, mysteries, confirming that the ancient Sun God was just fucking with Klein 3,000 years into the future. Like, this is just unfathomable levels of planning. Adam's and ASG's influence will 100% remain hundreds upon thousands of years even after the apocalypse. He really does not disappoint with his title, Omniscient and Omnipotent Creator. We also got huge lore drops about above the sequence stuff, and so we finally know how Klein is going to most likely become Lord of the Mysteries. The names of the other great old ones are also just as insanely cool as Lord of the Mysteries. Like God Almighty, Calamity of Destruction, and the Anarchy just all sound so cool. Mr. Door was hyped up so much just to be used in Amon's ritual. It was inevitable in my opinion. It's better than the alternative of the gods needing to kill a corrupted Mr. Door. I am glad LOTM chose this initiative because it just shows how so many things don't go as planned in LOTM and really adds to the unpredictable nature of the plot. Not everyone will get a happy ending, and some don't get an ending at all. Mr. Door cried out for someone not to save him, while his corrupted self cried out for someone to save him. In the end, he got released of his suffering, spanning thousands of years. I think that is a fitting enough conclusion for his character, and is a much better fate for him than having him continue living freed, due to his corruption still remaining, even if he would be freed. And Zaratul completely unexpectedly got just one shot by Klein. Who knew? The difference in their strength will be this ginormous. Like, I get Zaratul's Beyonder characteristic is undigested and Klein has a completely digested one with a Sephraya, but still, I feel like it still shouldn't be this easy considering how hyped up he was and how much relevance he had to the entire plot. Like, I wish he got the same treatment Zangwill did, because Zangwill got a whole ass boss fight, but Zaratul, he just died. He just got sucked up by Klein. That's just absolutely wild. The title of Volume 7, Hanged Man, symbolizes not just the future of the Hanged Man and Adam, but also the sacrifices that were made. Mr. Door got sacrificed in the ritual for Amon after being condemned to eternal suffering for thousands of years, and Adam proceeded to sacrifice his sanity and self to resurrect the original creator inside of him by fusing the Hanged Man with himself. Overall, it's my second favorite volume, with volume 6 being my favorite just because of how amazing the ending was. Anyways, the next volume is going to be the last. It really was an absolutely wild journey. Anyways, expect the volume 8 video soon. See ya.